So, on to the Suffering Ties That Bind Part 4. We're actually heading back to where Jordan and the Spec Ops were in the beginning of the game. If anybody remembers this part from Part 1, this is actually where we first escaped the warehouse. So, there's a bit of backtracking in this game, though it does feel a bit different as you do go back.
How close can you get?
But yeah, Blackmore is
You get up in me,
quite in our head
I get
at the
up in
moment,
you.
as is
I
tradition.
believe that finding me will solve. They're still dead, and you still did it.
So we kind of have a blackout moment while Blackmore taunts us. But we currently have no ammo, and there is a particular person that we want to rescue here. So we're in a bit of a situation here where I want to save this lady, but I currently can't shoot the box.
And she can die.
So I do end up actually figuring out a solution to this in the silliest way possible, in my opinion. Because we can't shoot the lock, we can't hit the lock. You can probably guess a certain thing that we have currently that we can use to break the lock. But we'll get to that in just a second. So, I was currently just checking to see if any of the crates had any ammo. We don't currently have any, but as you can see, I have switched to my grenades. So,
thank you so much.
A very explosive solution for a very non-explosive situation. But if anybody has seen Part 1, this is actually Ernesto's wife.
Ernesto worked as a corrections officer.
The CO or correctionals officer from the beginning of the Suffering. This is his wife, the one that he was searching for the entire last part of the game. So this is Consuela. She's actually a tie to the original game. Kind of ironic, considering the title of the game is Ties That Bind. We've come full circle with Ernesto's story in that we are now helping his wife. So, kind of interesting. But this crazy woman actually wants to go back to Carnate. I guess it does make sense in the fact that if you did help Ernesto out, his story is kind of inconclusive because you just separate from him and never really see him again. So he can actually be alive on Carnate with his kids. We don't exactly know. It's never really explained. Though given that Consuela also writes some of the archival stuff, I can only assume that she survives.
Said on Carnate I would need to know how to defend myself.
And yeah, we do get the Tommy gun as well back into the game. Why in particular these special forces guys have Tommy guns in a modern era Baltimore? I don't know, but I'm also not going to question it because it is awesome to have a Chicago typewriter. So, but we have Corey's drawing. Just gonna take a look at it, and it's pretty messed up. So,
Who shot that?
but here we have Consuela as backup, and we are definitely going to have a rumble. So,
What? No, wait.
Look there. Now you see.
and I'm looking everywhere but where I need to. So, but here we have Blackmore and the soldiers up here.
Impossible. The prime target must not escape.
Bad luck, girl. You picked the wrong playmate.
What are they going to do to us? Jordan is capable of anything.
But yeah, we're going to end up helping out Consuela here, and we will help out Consuela. Unlike Ernesto in the first one, where we just got the good morality and then he kind of went poof. We're actually going to help Consuela and get a conclusion to her story. Because if you don't help them all the way to the end of their story, it actually changes the beats at the end where Killjoy is giving you his final analysis. But here we have a blood pool on the floor, so we have to deal with mainliners. Same as always, just don't stand near them after they're gone, watch their needles. They do still get rid of your insanity form, so they can be very annoying to deal with if you're trying to use insanity. Consuela is still a pretty good NPC to have. Ernesto taught her well, so they are pretty good. And I do like having the NPC along for this particular area, so. But here we just have to take out the captains, easy enough. Before they can start spawning stuff, we just end up getting rid of them with our insanity mode. And there I kind of canceled it a little too early, because this guy comes out. But on the bright side, they do help you out by summoning smaller versions, or not captain versions of themselves. So you can just end up getting rid of them, and then going into insanity again. Because they have a limitless supply of spawns, you can always get your insanity mode back.
Where is everybody?
I don't know what to think.
But we just want to reload because
From what I know of
we're not
Jordan,
exactly
it's
done
too
yet.
Smart to let this happen.
Set in position. Target can be joined now.
So yeah, be prepared for more to happen. But this time they're a bit more human. So. But we do still have Consuela kicking some ass with us. So. If we keep an eye out where she's aiming, we can always know where the guys are at. But yeah, nothing too insane. Just kind of taking out the guys as we go. And regular soldiers do drop ammo and stuff for us, as well as health. So that is always an option, as long as we have that near us whenever they go. So it is nice. We can always kind of get a refill on stuff that we need. But we do want to be careful of their fire still, because they can absolutely just shred our health bars if we happen to let them start stacking up. So try and get rid of them as soon as they get in the room, otherwise you can start having more and more problems as you go.
They seem to have stopped. Incredible, the resources of the Foundation. Who would believe it? That wall looks weak. If only we had something to break it down.
And she basically just gives us the nod to go ahead and bust the wall. And there we can see we get hit by a mainliner needle, and it actually turns us back to regular torque. Not that I'm too upset about it, there wasn't really much we could do about it at that point. But we can actually grab the pills through the bottom of the catwalk, so that was a cool little thing of note. Does end up helping a little bit, so. We can't go back to the armory, but we can carry on with Consuela. We're going to have a morality choice coming up here with Consuela, so be on the lookout for whenever the creeper, you start hearing him. I kind of get stuck in with her,
What is this over here?
but you can see that our Coast Guard here didn't end up with the best fate. But yeah, we have a morale decision there.
After the creatures
We
appeared on Carnage, I
have
was
to
there
shoot
for
the
some
creeper
time.
to save Consuela, otherwise she will die.
So dirty. Ugh. After the creatures appeared on Carnage, I was there for some time.
But yeah, we can see
never saw anything so
our
repulsive
Coast
as
Guard guy that
that.
we arrived with.
Nothing.
He actually didn't end up making it,
Help me again.
so
I have to get to Carnage.
poor guy
So stupid,
probably just thought,
but Ernesto is still
oh,
there somewhere.
they're here to help,
Pray our
but
girls
ended
as
up
well.
with
It's just as dangerous here as back there, so what's the
ended up
difference?
with a terrible
Come on,
fate.
please help
So,
me.
but since we saved Consuela, her story can carry on. We're gonna end up helping her with the boat to get back to Carnate. Their AIs are a little wonky, but if you carry on and just keep moving through the areas, they will follow you. They're more programmed to hold back until you go to a next area, which isn't bad, so it kind of keeps them out of harm's way and out of your way whenever you're trying to move, which is a bit better than, you know, your own friendlies kind of running in front of you. But yeah, Consuela's gonna help us out. We just need to clear the docks and get the boat for her. So, we're gonna work our way to getting her that. But yeah, headshots, super effective against the Spec Ops guys, in case it wasn't obvious. But since they're not monstrous enemies, it will instantly down them. The helmeted guys do take a little bit extra, but nothing too insane. And we did find a revolver down here, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. And I do switch out the grease gun for a Tommy gun, and Consuela decides to block the ladder. So, kind of interesting. But we're going to go up and keep trying to get Consuela to her boat. Also try not to blast her.
The boat can only be lowered from that control booth on the far pier. I don't see any way across except... Wait, I have an idea. If you can get over there and lower the boat for me, I will be able to take off before the Foundation has a chance to sink me. I hope.
But yeah, she's basically just giving us the gist of, hey, I need that boat. Jump on this crane while I operate it and send you into gunfire. Very fun. So we go ahead and jump on the crane. She's going to go ahead and send us across the way, knocking over some boxes in the process. But we don't have a whole lot of cover up here, so we definitely want to get off this thing as soon as we can, just to not get blasted. We do also have the mounted machine gun there that we can take advantage of, but I don't really, because, I don't know, I guess I was blind, so. Go ahead and use a flash grenade, and then deal with the shield guy. And then we do have a revolver, so I go ahead and opt to use that, using up a few bullets for it. And then I notice the machine gun. So I do end up using that a bit. There's not really anything we need to worry about when using the machine gun. It does overheat, but it's not really a concern as long as you don't just go crazy with it. And there we just ran out of revolver, so kind of sucks, but we just end up swapping out weapons on the fly as we go. But we're going to go ahead and help Consuela here get to the end of her story. And after this point, we won't need to, or we won't have her escorting anymore.
Maybe Ernesto was wrong. Clearly not all the inmates in Abbott are the devil incarnate.
And again, like Ernesto, she kind of sees us as a good person. But we do have a weapon chest here with a grenade launcher in it. So, gonna go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we have that, because the grenade launcher is pretty decent against human enemies. It will help us immensely. So, we're gonna abuse the fact that we have it. But we will have a bit of a rumble coming up here. We don't really have to worry about Consuela anymore, so we're pretty much going to free fire at everything and anything whenever we see it. Got an M60 in the building here. And a few flashbangs in the cabinet. But we try and push the button, and that's whenever the stuff starts to hit the fan. And it even starts raining. So, even the weather hates us. But we do have this M60, so gonna use it. There's also the Zombium bottle that we had in the cabinet. I just go ahead and take advantage of the fact that it was in there. Give ourselves a bit more health. But yeah, we're just gonna use up most of the M60 here, getting rid of guys. We're kind of just waiting for Jordan to arrive, and then we'll be on to the next part. So, basically, just have to take out guys as we see them. Again, waiting for Jordan to arrive. And here she comes. So, as soon as Jordan's in here, we're going to go ahead and hop in the truck, and then we're going to be on to the next part. Other than that, let me know what you guys think, and have a good one.